Good afternoon?
I think it's afternoon.
I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon, Trevor.
Good afternoon, Alex.
How are you doing on this beautiful December afternoon?
I'm doing alright.
That's neat. Have you ever heard of this beautiful thing called Solfege? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Do you like using Solfege?
I'm different.
I honestly get that a lot, and the way that I use Solfege specifically is I use it in the way that fixed Do couldn't possibly do what I was going for, or I wouldn't do it as well as how I'm going to teach it. So right now, I have this song in front of us, "Don't Go Break My Heart" by Elton John, a classic, an American treasure. So the way that I teach it is for little bits and snippets, you use the solfege for that part. This song is entirely in the key of F, and it doesn't really go outside the key area at all. So you won't have to do the method that I'm talking about specifically, where let's say you're singing a song in C and then all of a sudden it decides to use the 5 of 5, and then it throws in the and stuff like that. Where if it does do the 5 of 5, you would use the entire song doing Do with C, Do with Sol, and then when it do the switch, you would personally change it so that way the Do is on D, just to make the spacing easier.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. So unfortunately that doesn't work out with the exact song I'm showing you, but it's something that I think you would be able to, if we were to do this again, in VoicePed 2, we could do that, and I could throw a more difficult song up that does have key changes and stuff like that. But yeah, something we can do in the future maybe. So, you do know a bit about solfege in the first place.
Yes.
So I originally had it on scheduled on here to just talk about it for a minute, just be yeah, these are the solfege syllables. You already know it, so I can skip that, and you can just move right ahead with the lesson. We'll start with warm-ups. So get in a nice singing position. You can remain seated. I'm just gonna, that's a fantastic singing position right there.
Edge of the seat.
Edge of the seat, like a boss. So let's start off with some nice C. I'm gonna go down an octave. C, yeah, the C. Nice and legato, right? One ascending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Z. That was good. So let's do one descending, and I want to do a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different. You're going to go. You'll start on E again. Z. That's it. We'll do it together once. 1, 2, 3. Z. Cool thing you can do is that what we basically were doing with solfege, and you weren't necessarily thinking about it that way. The first lesson, the first warm-up that we did with the Z, is a simple do, re, mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, re, do, and it's very straightforward. and stuff like that. And it's very basic. But the second one we did was a little bit more complicated, where we went do, sol, mi, do, and that's very helpful for when you're working on leaps. Yeah, and singing leaps. Personally, for me, can get very difficult, and that's very helpful like that. Actually, fun fact: I did mess up the lesson plan a little bit when I mentioned that we were going to talk about solfege at the beginning. It's actually we're going to talk about it now, but we already talked about it, so we can skip it now and go right on with the we can just practice singing with solfege. So
right.
yeah, what I usually do is I usually sing in the key of C, just in this one octave. Sometimes I'll go to the Mi if I feel like it. It's very comfortable and it's fun. And sometimes I'll try and come up with like melodies that I hear in like video games that like use odd intervals. Like I know that like in The Legend of Zelda, there's like a bit that goes like do la sol, do la sol. That's a Epona song. Do la sol, la sol. And then when I'm just like messing around, I'll play a C and then do la sol, fa mi fa sol, sol fa mi re do, do ti la sol do. I'll do fun stuff like that. So let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna kind of play a C major, and there's really no wrong answers here. Let's just go through. Actually, you know what would probably be very helpful if we just went through do re mi fa sol la ti do, and just went through that first,
Okay.
and then down one, just so that way you can get it in your head. Because
You're the teacher.
I am the teacher. Dang it. Alright. 1, 2. We'll do quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re.
Cool. So just try and improvise a little bit. We'll go for maybe like only 1 or 2 measures, and then we'll stop and figure out from there. Sound cool? Alright, let's give it a
Try
shot.
my best.
Really, it's okay. It's okay because like I've been doing this for months, like maybe years, maybe a year, and like I still mess up. So like if you find you're like going out of key, it's like happens, and it happens to me all the time. Like currently, it's hilarious. All right, let's give it a shot.
Do, mi, do, re, do, 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 re, mi, fa, sol, do, ti, do, fa, mi, re, ti, do.
Okay. So what intervals do you think you had a little bit of trouble with, or not intervals? What solfege syllables do you think you had a little bit of trouble with?
Probably la and ti.
Those are difficult, and it's very common to when you're moving down to la to go flat, I believe. But it's very common to go out of tune on specifically those 2 intervals right there. Fa, I always have a little bit of trouble with, and that and such.
And I always mess up my solfege syllables because I don't think in solfege. I think of pitch.
Yeah, people. It's very common for musicians not to think with solfege, unless they're vocalists. Some instrumentalists do, and even they'll be like. I remember I talked to. Do you know Gretchen?
Yes.
Gretchen uses fixed do, and she was like, "It's fantastic. It's a life changer. You need it. You can't live without it." She doesn't say that, but she does say it's very helpful. So a tip that I can give is for now, try and stick with more like and more in line instead of trying to go like. You know what I'm saying?
So don't go everywhere. Try to stay stepwise.
Yeah, use stepwise. Don't use leaps as much. You can use like a nice like leap to start, or not leap to start. When you're starting using solfege, using leaps is very nice. But when you're starting out, it's okay to use stepwise motion. Let's give it a shot.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, ti, le, do, re, sol,
very nice. You used lay even though you're saying la, but I think you knew
Really?
that. Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is like an honest mistake. I like in my panel, and you can attest to that. I messed up solfege syllables too. I'm like, yeah, that was fantastic. I really liked your rate to sol was like it was perfect.
Oh,
It was
thank
beautiful. Oh, of course, man. But yeah, it was very good considering like when was the last time you used solfege? Exactly.
M&A 4 almost a year ago.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like it's if you don't use it, it does get rusty, but like it can be useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're nailing it. So now we're gonna go through the Elton John classic, "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," and we're gonna go through it with solfege, just kind of like step by step.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So starts on. So right now, there's one flat. You're a musician.
So I can assume that it's either in the key of F or in D minor, but I'm going to assume that it's in F because it's a pretty happy song.
Yeah,
So
that's
major
fair.
key.
Also, all the chords, it's an F, and all the vocal parts either start on F or A. So yeah. You can also see the music. I'm not withholding anything from you. Like he can
Yes.
see like the lesson plan. Like he can see everything. I don't want to hold anything out on you. I want you to be just as informed as I am in case I mess up.
All right.
So, yeah, let's go through it.
So it starts on F, which would mean it would be do,
Yes.
and then the note repeats and goes down a step, which would be T.
Mhm.
Goes back up to F, do, down to T, and then it looks like there's a split.
Yeah, it's for the second
Yeah.
verse. Just
So-
don't even use the smaller notes.
Which would go down another step, which would be la.
So let's go through that one phrase really quick. I'm not going to even play it for you because I believe in your ability to use solfege based on what you've already done.
Oh, you want me to sing in solfege?
I would like you to try it in solfege. If you'd like, we can write the solfege above it. Would that make it easier?
No, I think I can handle it for now.
Okay. I'll keep the pen on hand if you do decide to change your mind. It's also in pencil, so we can also erase it if you feel like doing that later.
Alright. I'm gonna take it slow because I have to think about my syllables.
Mhm.
Alright. Do, ti, la. Alright.
Yeah, you're a little flat on T law.
Story of my life.
Yep. But something that you can do is really feel the tension between T and La. So you're going do T. You want to feel like you're like, oh, I really want to go to do. And just think about it like that. So let's try it one more time.
Do, ti, la.
You're going a little flat on La.
Of course.
So I'm gonna, yeah, this is like, I'm
course.
giving you these, just like kind of keep them in mind. I'm gonna even, you know what, I'm just gonna draw a tiny arrow above T and La, just to haunt your dreams.
And then let me get my tuner out and torture myself that way.
Fantastic. Alright, I want to do this one more time and then we can go on to the next line.
Do, ti, la.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
Cool. And now let's go on to the next part.
So that jumps up a fifth. So that'd be sol.
Nope, it jumps up from fifth to D, but remember, we're not in the key of D, we're in the key of F.
Yeah.
So,
Jumping up a fifth from do.
no, it doesn't jump up a fifth. No,
Not from there. In the key of F, it goes to the fifth.
no, the F of C, the F of, the
Oh,
the
wow.
sol is C.
Wow.
It's okay, Trevor, it's okay. Like,
the
I see your...
The semester's over.
It's okay. Actually, but Trevor, that's actually a fantastic point.
It's a fifth from
No,
D.
Trevor, I actually really like your point because that. Remember how earlier when I said, "Oh yeah, you can use like, let's say you change keys and you're like, and then like you were changed to D. That's a fantastic place to use that because doing a leap from La to Mi, doing a fifth from La to Mi, can get really difficult. And I think you're going to find that when we're singing through, is that this interval right here from D to F, from D to A, in the key of F is rather difficult. But if you think about it that way and temporarily change this D to do, tell me if I'm confusing you. Because, like, I confuse myself with this stuff sometimes, and it's okay. So, yeah, so if you think about D as do, and go to the A as sol, even though in the key, this would be la and mi, it makes the leap a lot easier. Because it's easier to go like I can go like, do, sol, do. Yeah, that's right. I just had to check because I did it, and I was like, wait, yeah. Do, sol, do. Versus la, mi, la. I had to think about that even though I just sang it. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Fantastic.
It's the end of the semester.
It's the end of the semester.
My brain's already
We're
shut down.
almost done, dude. We're almost done. So yeah, think about it as do to sol.
Okay.
I'm glad we made that mistake together.
It's a teachable moment.
That's a teachable moment. I can't flip this piano. I tried.
Well, I would assume not, because it's rather heavy.
It's a hefty piano. All right. So yeah, I just want to practice. Let's do this, and then we'll work on tying the two together. Because that interval, even though you will think about it as do sol, it might get hairy.
Okay.
It is difficult.
So starts on A, which is the third of the chord.
So you can think about it once you get here. Yeah, think about it as me. It's very. It will be difficult. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It will be difficult to switch between sol and mi like this.
Yeah.
But it's something that comes with practice, and it's something that you can take home and like. Something that I do is I'll have like a tuner on my phone, and I demonstrate it right now, but I can't because it's a camera. Oh, geez, we're already 16 minutes in. Where am I in my thing? Actually, I got time.
Pretty on schedule.
We're pretty on schedule. I can take a minute to talk about this. Something that I'll do for fun is that I'll go with I'll like sing something. I'll tune myself to C, and then what I'll do is I'll sing in solfege for a little bit, and then I'll make sure to land on sol, and then I'll call that do, and then I'll go do re mi fa sol fa mi re do sol fa mi re do, and do stuff like that. And it's a really cool way to like work on like changing keys on pitch, because there's nothing vocalists hate more than changing keys. I'm just kidding, we love it, but like it gets difficult. It gets hairy when you're singing in a choir and like Chris Sullivan did an arrangement of like a bunch of what's the guy who sings changes? Changes. David Bowie. Yeah, he did like an arrangement. He did like a ton of arrangement of David Bowie songs, and he wrote them all in the original key. But they're all over the place, and it was an a cappella song, so we had to figure out how to modulate and how it would sound. And it got very hairy, very fast. And it's just something we needed to work on. So doing that can help.
Alright.
Something you can take home.
Alright.
I'm gonna like be writing all this stuff down for you to take home. And like just like, oh god, alright. Next lesson, I'm bringing in a sticky note or like a piece of paper and like stuff that they can do on their own. I'm just gonna like handwrite. And just be like, this is stuff you can do, and like, feel free. Like, it's just fun. It's just fun. Stuff that I personally find fun. We haven't even sung the second part yet.
Yes. So, mi, mi, re, mi. Do I use that small note there?
No.
Okay. So, okay.
So what was wait. So it'd be mi,
mi, re, mi, do.
The re was, I think, was raw. I don't know what you saying. Try one more time.
Mi, re, mi, do.
Yeah, that was it. Want to do it one more time just to seal the deal?
Sure. Mi, re, mi, do.
Cool. Now let's work on tying the two together. That leap la to mi. Might get.
Well, I got 2 beats to think about it. 2.5 beats to think about it.
Yeah.
So that's plenty of time.
All right, cool. Take it nice and slow. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Wow, sorry. That was
It's okay.
Thinking of syllables.
I honestly, to make everyone's life easier, because I was doing warm-ups before, like earlier today, and like I've been doing solfege for like a year, and I was just going like do, mi, re, fa, mi, so, fa, la, so, ti, la, do, ti, re, do, and like you have no idea how many times I just messed that up. Not right there. Right there, I actually nailed it. But earlier today, I was like do, fa, fa. All right, so I'm just gonna like go through with like a fine comb and go like do, ti, la. Just for now. And then once we go through it again in, I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'll just take them away. We'll only do this first page for now. Or not this first page, this first phrase.
Yeah, that's fine. That's plenty.
That's plenty. And then it's more of the concept. I'm not trying to teach the song right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach the concept.
That's for later.
Yeah, it's not for later. I'm teaching, alright. This is one of those things where if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Yes.
Man, that analogy actually was perfect. Alright, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Do, ti, la. Mi, re, mi, do.
Yeah.
I was a little behind, but
Yeah, that was actually very good. You think we can pick it up a little bit?
I can try.
I'll tell you what. Let's do instead, I'm going to erase the solfege syllables out from above it. And let's see if you can walk without the... I will keep that there though. I'll keep these notes there.
Alright.
These notes being the leap from dol to sol, but
Dol?
actually dol. But actually
Get your
being
bananas.
la, yeah, but actually being la to me. Just so you know. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Do, ti, la. Mi, re.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
I was a little bit ahead.
Yeah, you were right though. You got the solfege syllables right, and quite honestly, the solfege syllable is gonna sometimes be the hardest part.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like I'm beating you a horse pill right now, but you're really taking it like you're doing it well, man. I'll say it one more time. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Do, ti, la. Mi, re, mi, do.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's super cool. It's honestly fantastic. Now I'm gonna do the hard part, and I'm gonna give you that pitch, and I'm gonna see if you can get through it. Think you can do it?
My pitch memory is pretty good, Alex.
I have actually utter faith that you'll nail it, but I'm curious. So
It might be a little flat where I have my
yeah,
tendencies to.
that might get a little hairy, but as one does. Ready? 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Yup.
I want to go up. I want to go up.
It's okay. I'll put the T above just so it reminds you.
Up with the words, down with the notes.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Do, ti, re. Wow. I did it again.
It's hard. It's very hard, and like it might follow you up.
T and la.
Yeah, it's because you're not used to using solfege, and it's very weird.
It is weird.
Do you remember learning Takadimi for the first time?
Yes.
Yeah, Takadimi is solfege for rhythms.
Yeah, and I know those a lot better than I do actual solfege because there's only 4 of them.
Exactly. This is way harder than
Yeah.
Takadimi, and it's understandable that you'd like be mixing stuff up.
Mhm.
So that's cool. Remember when we were like, we're gonna like, I wanted to try it, and this is why I wanted to try it.
Yes.
Cool. It's this.
Don't make me a professional because
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not trying to make it professional, but this is like just a little tool to put in your Swiss Army knife of being a vocalist.
Okay.
Even though you're not a vocalist,
Mm-hmm.
but you're You're a real good singer.
Thank you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Do ti la. Mi, re, mi, do.
Yeah.
Because it started on an upbeat,
Yeah, it's a little...
Offbeats are fun.
Offbeats are wicked fun. But yeah, that's it.
I would not fumble on this if I were on my trumpet.
You would, yeah. I mean, yeah. Come on. If you handed me a trumpet, I wouldn't be able to get through any of this. So yeah.
It would also sound different too.
Yeah, that's fair. I like it. I think
Cool.
you said like you know this song, but like you don't know this song.
It's been a
Yeah.
long while
You-
since I've listened to
Yeah,
it.
you've heard the song, so you know how it goes, but you don't really know it. That's how it is. 225? Fantastic. Trevor, this is gonna feel like you've been like running. Have you ever ran with like a weighted vest on?
No,
It's awful.
I can imagine.
But
I don't do a lot of
Yeah.
running, especially now, because
it's freezing out.
ankle.
And ankle, that's fair. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. The way that I use solfege in situations like this is very similar to how I would also wear a weighted vest when I ran. And that when I would take off the solfege, sometimes I could just fly without it.
Yeah.
So right now we're going to try singing without the words, without the solfege, and sing with regular words. And in comparison to the way you sang it the first time, it should be a million times easier. Just because the solfege helped you figure out intervals and steps.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works. So, I'm going to do it again, just that.
I'm just trying to get the words.
You're trying to get the words? Alright, that's fine.
Because they're so small.
yeah, you
my
wanna-
eyes are so bad.
Do you want to just read them through just once, just the words?
Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried.
That's it. Cool. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried.
Beautifully done, Trevor.
Oh, thank you.
I'm super proud of you. Like solfege is really hard, but like it's a fantastic tool to use, and I think like
I would agree.
Yeah.
Because it is a good tool, and it helps. Like you said, it helps with the intervals. It's just I don't do it often enough because
Yeah.
there's something always on my phrase.
yeah. I mean solfege is very useful when you don't have a mechanism to get the note similarly for you.
Yeah.
Solfege is my mechanism. So I want to talk to you a minute about like what you learned today and how it could be useful in the future. Because like this is a lesson for you, and if you're just like I learned words and that's it in zero context, I'll be like, okay, wait a second, hold on, we may have to redo the lesson. But I honestly, based on the lesson and how it went, I think you have a really good grasp on it. But I'm curious to see what your opinion is.
I remembered how to use solfege, and I learned how much I need to work on my intervals. Even though I've pretty much mastered intervals on my trumpet, it doesn't transfer over to voice.
Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, intervals is something that I also need to work on.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing of being able to go like, oh, I'm gonna play this note, and then I'll be like, do, sol, fa, do, fa, fa. What did I sing? Mi? Yeah. Exactly. Like it's difficult, and solfege is something that you can use to just make it a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got any questions for me, my guy?
I think I'm good.
I think you're all set. Well,
I am.
what time is it? Oh, we got like 45 seconds left. You want to do like a 45-second dance break? No. I don't know. We can just do like a warm down for like the last minute or so. Because it is.
I am good. And it is 45 seconds, Alex.
No, warm
It's
down.
not gonna make or break
Alright.
it.
I don't mind if I go an extra minute because warm downs are very important
Mm.
and it's helpful because sometimes you're just like, at the end of marching band rehearsal where everyone just kind of goes like,
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna do that. I don't even need the piano. Just lip trills and go like. Yeah, just do that for like a minute or so. But yeah, and really relax and just. Alright, I want you to try doing something where you go from the top highest note you can, and then try and slide all the way down to the lowest note, and then just kind of fade out. Exactly. Cool. Great work, man.
Oh, thanks.
I think we filled the allotted time in 30 seconds. Have a happy new year, Professor Welby.